Ghidorah's call to arms in Godzilla King of the Monsters unleashed over a dozen Titans, with another 11 whose names appeared on screen but didn't show up for the final battle. 3 of them have since been revealed. Titanus Mokele Mbembe was described in the novelization of King of the Monsters, and Amhaluk and Tiamat both appeared in Godzilla Dominion, the prequel comic to Godzilla vs. Kong. So that leaves 8 known Titans in the Monsterverse that we're still waiting to learn about. So let's see who they are. Hello and welcome to Screen Rant. I'm Greg Elliott, and here are all the remaining Titans still missing after Godzilla vs. Kong.
Anyone else sensing a pattern here?
Yes, it's as if she's trying to start a mass awakening.
At Ayers Rock in Australia, Monarch was monitoring Bunyip, who shares his name with a swamp monster from Australian Aboriginal mythology. Back in the 19th century, there were apparently some sightings of a mysterious large black animal, and based on some of the old stories, it could be that the MonsterVerse adaptation of Bunyip is something like a long-necked seal or a hippopotamus. Then there's Sekhmet, who is hibernating in Cairo. In Egyptian mythology, Sekhmet is a deity said to have created Egypt's deserts with her hot breath and is typically depicted as a sphinx or a lioness, so the MonsterVerse version might look similar to something like King Caesar from the Toho Godzilla films. Typhon, located at the Monarch outpost in Cambodia, was one of the deadliest creatures in Greek mythology and was defeated and buried under a volcano by Zeus himself. He's sometimes depicted as a monster with a human torso and head, or as a fire-breathing creature with wings, but most paint a picture of a serpent-like monster with 100 heads.
We believe that these titans and others like them provide an essential balance to our world.
Now, it's a bit harder to say exactly what Titanus Baphomet is. According to history, Baphomet was a god worshipped by the Knights Templar back in the 1300s, and afterwards has often been depicted as a goat-headed figure, which doesn't really shed any light on what exactly Baphomet is as far as the MonsterVerse is concerned, but we may find out in a later installment. Kitselquado, who was asleep in Machu Picchu during King of the Monsters, was visited by Godzilla in the Godzilla vs. Kong novelization, but we don't know what happened between them or what kind of monster Kitselquado is in the MonsterVerse. But if the Aztec legends are to be believed, he's some kind of winged serpent, so maybe something like the warbats Kong fought in Hollow Earth. Yamada no Orochi is an 8-headed dragon from Japanese mythology and is actually the real inspiration for King Ghidorah himself. In the MonsterVerse, he's living within Mount Fuji, and Toho even created their own version of him in the 1959 film The Three Treasures, also known as The Birth of Japan, where he's simply known as Orochi. But he's never fought Godzilla in any film, so a showdown could still be in the cards.
That's how he moves around so fast, using these underwater tunnels like wormholes.
And then we've got Titanus Leviathan, who in the King of the Monsters novelization uses the Hollow Earth tunnels to travel to and from the oceans and its home in Loch Ness, Scotland. So Leviathan is pretty much the MonsterVerse's Nessie, so if it ever shows up, we'd expect it to look a little something like this. And numero ocho is Abaddon, who the Book of Revelations at least refers to as an angel of the bottomless pit and the destroyer. So if the MonsterVerse's version of him is anything like that, we're thinking he's not one to be trifled with, and Abaddon could definitely bring trouble for Godzilla sometime down the line. It remains to be seen how the MonsterVerse will continue and if any of these remaining Titans will make their big screen debuts, but you know that we'll let you know the second we hear anything either way. So keep coming back to Screen Rant to stay up on all of your favorite kaiju. I am Greg Elliott, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.